station. You're now listening to All One Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you the realest entertainment information, music, lifestyle, and truth and comedy shows around. This is Let's Talk. I don't count likes, calories, or blessings. I don't dine with snakes or bite my tongue. It is what it is. I am what I am. I am your host, Tony Williams. Welcome. I am your host, Tony Williams. Hello, and thank you for joining me. Salute goes out to my on ones, day ones, my regular listeners, and welcome to all my new listeners. I'm glad you could stop by. You have came at a great time. This is part 2 of the family series. This is family health. Now, if you missed the first part, go ahead and go back and you can listen to that one first, or you can listen to this one first. It's totally up to you. The first part, we were talking on family structure, and now we're moving into family health. Now, the basic structure and culture of the family has changed. Now, we talked about this in the last one, and it has changed drastically throughout the years. Now, some ways of parenting have left or morphed into new styles, leading to different habits or lifestyles. It's evident that diversity is present in every individual and every family. Now, that brings us to family health, because with everything changing, the parenting styles, the old, out with the old, in with the new, let's not forget that regardless of what, we have to consider family health. It plays a major role in the family. And I'm not just speaking about just going to the doctor, because if that's part of it, but there are other things within the family that can affect your health. Like, for instance, why are family relationships important to health? Well, it's very important because the family is a foundation of support for everyone. Good or bad relationships can influence the family's health. Now, you guys, if you don't know what I'm speaking of, every family has this one cousin that takes the family through hell. That is what I'm speaking on. Now, that's not the whole part, but that's a nice chunk of the family's health, because when you go through things like incarcerations or unnecessary injuries, or addictions, or anything of that sort, it is stress, and stress plays a very big role in affecting everyone in the family's health. Now, we know everyone in the family handles things differently. Some people are very nonchalant. It may not bother them just outwardly. Later they might realize that it did affect them, because your health will begin to show something. And then you have those who, they can't handle a lot of pressure, they can't handle a lot of stress, and their bodies definitely, with some oomph, shows them, hey, something is wrong. Whether it's with the heart, headaches, whatever the case may be, it affects the family's health. It's like throwing a rock or skipping a rock across a lake or a pond. When you do that, you notice all the ripples that come out from wherever the rock went. And those rings get bigger and wider, and they go farther. And it affects a big portion of the water. It's the same thing in a family. What typically affects one family member, it ripples out. And it affects more than just that one person. or just that 2 or that 3. Some people may never say anything, but it affects them. Now, not only that, we have patient care, or parent care, should I say, I'm sorry, where a family is, of course, a foundation for support. So if the elders, get up in age and they're no longer able to take care of themselves or even live alone, that's when the generation under them, or even the ones under them, take them in and care for them. Ensuring that you're not only visiting the doctor, but you are following his or her orders. Yeah, that sort of thing. Like, my father was a diabetic and we lived together, and he liked to sneak honey buns. So my job was to go and check his bedroom, particularly under his bed. I'm not sure why, but under his bed, because he wasn't supposed to have those Texas-sized honey buns or cinnamon rolls. Either or, he had to have them. So my role was to go in and clear out the junk food for my father because it would negatively impact his diabetes. So it's a situation, it could be like that. And your relationship has to be good with them in order for them to listen to you, in order for them to want to take your advice or anything like that. Because if you're not speaking, you're not talking, you're not going to be able to accomplish that. And then that negatively affects the family's health, because then you have worry and stress and all those things that we really don't need. Now, see, that goes along the line of healthcare, and it's not just for the parents or the grandparents. It's the healthcare of the family as a whole. See, the people of the family take care of each other out of love and affection, as well as a sense of responsibility and duty. If it's a physical ailment, then they will aid in getting you proper medical care and be with you till you recover. And not only that, so they'll tell you many things needed for proper health due to their own experiences. So you share what you've learned to help your family. Hey, I did this, I soaked my feet and it took away the pain, or, anything that's very helpful. And in you helping them, you're being helped as well. Now, not only that, we have the mental stability. Now, it plays a nice size role in family health. Family supports each other. If someone is disturbed, others will console them and help them overcome the problem. If it's a mental disorder, you help by taking them to the doctor, or you sit them down, you talk to them, hey, let's talk about this so we can all understand what the problem is, then we can come up with a healthy solution. So a family is essential in life, as it determines a person's mental status, professional life, and behavior in society. Now, we all got that one person, or maybe a couple in our families, that we just say, look, they just crazy as hell. What are they doing? Okay, don't do this. Please don't do that. And they don't take the advice, or they're having, say, a mania moment, or not on their meds, or whatever the case may be. It's a little stressful, but they can be helped. They can be helped, which will help you, because then you worry less that they're not out there jumping off of trains thinking they can fly or anything like that. And when families support each other, and I do mean fully, not having condition on it, support one another, you can get a family member help that they need before anything bad happens, which can save a lot of time, finances, and in cases save the relationship between family members, because then the entire family has an understanding of oh, this person is bipolar, or this person, is schizoaffective, or they have schizophrenia, or whatever the case may be, then the entire family has an understanding. And you definitely want to know that as well, because some mental disorders are hereditary. So it's good to talk about it. It's good to handle the situation when it arises, get a person help. That way it brings an awareness to the family. Now, that takes us to growth and development. Now, family take care of our health since birth. Even when we're not mature to know if we are healthy or not, our health is taken care of. Now, without families, it would be tough to grow up well and lead a healthy, long life. So if mom and dad didn't take you to the doctor for your regular vaccinations, problems could arise later. Or if you had some sort of disorder or anything and you weren't taken to the doctor, no one knows what's going on, and something bad happens. So we got to thank family for that, because without them we wouldn't know. And that is, very much needed. So we really should appreciate our family. Love them, appreciate them, forgive them, and love them unconditionally. Because without them, who would we be? Where would we be? Now, as also for growth and development, family physical fitness is key. It promotes healthier choices as well as habits. It leads to decreased risk of cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes or type 1, certain types of cancer, addictions. It just decreases so many risks like stress, depression, and this can be, lifelong. You could be without having to deal with any of those things just from having a happy and healthy family. Like, seriously, it can happen. Now, not only that, healthy eating. Now, I know like many people, you grew up having dinner at the dinner table with mom, dad, grandma, whoever's there. Family might come over for dinner, but it was always dinner at the table. Family cooked together. While they were cooking, they were talking and sharing about their day, talking about what happened that day, things that need to be done. You can get so many things accomplished just over dinner. It's amazing. Now, good nutrition is a big part of lifelong health, but way too often in our get it quick culture, food is portrayed not as nourishment for the body, but rather an accessory or a status quo or even a fattening enemy. It shouldn't be, but it happens. We want everything quick. We're always in a rush, and so we're getting it quick. It's in a drive-through window. It's out of a bag. It's never what we're cooking together at home. Now, in too many households, home-cooked meals have become a thing of the past. And processed foods have become the convenient source of calories. Now, as I stated before, cooking dinner together and eating together fosters a healthy family lifestyle. It encourages bonding, open communication. It also increases awareness to cooking skills and a relaxed atmosphere. You can sit around and you can talk and you feel comfortable about talking about whatever. And if you felt a little stress from the day, work, school, or whatever the case may be, sitting around the table with family, you can get it off your chest. You can get some great advice. It's just a good healthy release, encouragement in everything. Which brings me back to the question, healthy relationships, why is it so important? And why is it so important to our health? Healthy family relationships can foster a feeling of love and security in all family members. Good relationships are essential to our happiness and emotional health. They also have a positive effect on our physical health, influencing everything from heart health to age-related health issues. Maintaining healthy relationships is not easy, but it's doable. And just keep in mind, a family is not just limited to getting married, but maintaining a whole cluster of things associated with it. All the family members, love, support, respect, honor, commitment, determination, life skills, coaching. I mean, there are so many things that a family does. And it's very important. I'll give you guys this tip. I'm going to leave you with this tip here. And this is something that I'm considering doing for my family as well. It's called a family tree of health. And it's a great idea to implement as a new healthy tradition. Now, you know when you go to the doctor and then they ask the questions about all your family history, health history, can you answer all of the questions? I mean, if not, you're not alone. There are so many people out there who have that problem. You might know mom's side, or you might just know dad's side, or you might have to go to mom and dad and be like, hey, what all runs through our family? And then they're on the other end going, hell, I don't know, or I don't remember, or I haven't talked to such and such in so long that I don't know. So it's a great thing, I think, to implement. And you're wondering, what is a family tree of health? It's a 2-for-1 type of deal. Not only is it a family tree, but it also has the health on there. So should you, because we all are surely born, so we will surely die, you won't end up in a situation to where you're sitting at the doctor's and you're going, oh shit, I don't know, I can't call anyone. Those people are deceased, or they moved away, or we're not talking. But if you have that family tree of health, then you can say, okay, this runs in my family, that runs in my family. So it's basically a family medical history tree. It's a record of important medical information about your relatives. Now, it includes illnesses and diseases, along with relationships among the members of your family, because like I was speaking before about mental health, you might have Uncle so-and-so had this issue. The family kept talking about he had this issue or she had this issue. Well, it wouldn't be a question and nobody would have to guess. And it's something that you can pass down from generation to generation. That way your children and their grandchildren won't end up in the situation stuck not knowing the answer. Or if they're asked that question, they're like, I'm not sure. And it keeps them from having to feel bad or anything like that. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So definitely, everyone, do a family tree of health. I feel that it is important. I will be starting one shortly myself, and it's great to hand down. It's something you can put with the will or your medical information, where someone can find it. Make copies of it. Make sure all the family has it, so there's no question. You won't get stuck with cancer when you never had cancer because somebody's guessing. It's better to have the information, and it will help in raising a beautiful, happy, and healthy family. Now, this has been part 2, family health. Stay tuned for part 3, blended family, the advantages and disadvantages. And that'll be coming up soon. So love your family, be patient with them, forgive them, and just show them unconditional love. And be grateful for them. Have a wonderful day. And love the family. This has been part 2, Family Health, of the family series on One Radio. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my talk show. I wish you the best and don't allow anyone to fuck up your vibes. I have been your host, Tony Williams.